The clock struck midnight as the dim glow of the desk lamp cast eerie shadows in the call center. Jenna, the night shift supervisor, stretched and sighed, the eerie quiet settling over the office. Just another night of fielding calls from insomniacs and the lonely, she thought. As she sipped her cold coffee, the phone rang, its shrill tones slicing through the silence. She hesitated, a strange chill creeping down her spine, before picking up the receiver. "Good evening. This is Jenna from EverTech support. How can I assist you?" "Help me," a voice whispered, barely audible. Jenna's heart skipped a beat. "Hello? Can you speak up?" The line crackled, then went dead. She shrugged it off, assuming it was a prank or a wrong number. Moments later, the phone rang again. This time, the voice was clearer, but distorted, as if coming from a great distance. "Please help me, they're here." Jenna felt a knot form in her stomach. "Who is this? What's happening?" Static filled the line, and then the voice, trembling and filled with dread, said, "They're in the wires." Jenna's computer screen flickered, displaying a series of random numbers and letters. She frowned, tapping the keyboard, but the screen continued to glitch. The voice on the phone grew more desperate. "They're coming for you. They travel through the calls." A sudden power surge made the lights flicker, and Jenna's breath quickened. She hung up, her fingers trembling. The phone rang again almost immediately, but this time she let it ring. The office was now filled with a palpable sense of dread. Jenna decided to call for help. She picked up her cell phone, but it was dead. Panic set in as she realized she was trapped in the office with no means of communication. The landline rang again, insistently. Against her better judgment, she answered. "Jenna," the voice said, now unmistakably sinister. "We're here." She dropped the phone and backed away, her eyes darting around the room. The shadows seemed to move, creeping closer. The computer screen went black, then flashed with images of faces twisted in agony. Jenna's breath came in short gasps as she felt a cold presence behind her. Turning slowly, she saw a dark figure standing in the doorway, its eyes glowing with malevolence. She screamed, but no sound came out. The figure moved closer, and she felt an icy hand wrap around her wrist. A voice whispered, "It's too late, Jenna." Jenna collapsed to the floor, her body trembling uncontrollably. The dark figure loomed over her, its face now inches from hers. She closed her eyes, bracing for the end. But then, the power surged again, and the lights flickered back on. The figure vanished, leaving Jenna alone on the cold, tiled floor. The phone was silent, and the computer screen displayed the normal EverTech logo. She staggered to her feet, her mind racing. Was it over? Jenna grabbed her things and fled the office, not daring to look back. As she reached her car, her cell phone buzzed to life. Relieved, she dialed her boyfriend's number. "Hello?" he answered, sounding groggy. "Dan, it's me. I had the most terrifying..." Static interrupted her, and then the distorted voice from the call center whispered, "Jenna, we're still here." The call ended abruptly, leaving Jenna in stunned silence. She glanced at her phone, the screen now flickering with the same sinister faces. Dropping it in horror, she realized the nightmare was far from over. As she drove away, Jenna couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched, her rearview mirror reflecting fleeting glimpses of dark figures. The horror followed her into the night, a relentless reminder that some calls should never be answered.